Alright, it's not buglings. Buggy. And we're gaming. I'm back on the ice with a guide today. I realized that the settings guide is going to be out of date since the update, so it's time to go over the new options. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Let's get started. Alright, starting off, you have the camera angle. It defaults to 30, I believe. 30 for me, just, it looks a little down, so I move it to 28. Makes you look slight. Well, I guess I should do it this way. It makes you look slightly up. You see it going up? It's only a little bit, so you can still see below you, but I look a little bit more forward than down. If the puck ends up getting lost underneath me, I just hold puck cam. Handiness, I go with right. You can pick your preference there. They're both the same now. Showing puck silhouette, I recommend either the silhouette or the outline on, because when it's behind someone or in the air, for me specifically, my sky is dark and my puck is dark, and sometimes when I get in, skin manager, skybox, I like to turn down the exposure sometimes for an even darker, like when I'm at night gaming, and my puck is dark, so if I didn't have those things on, it would really get lost in the sky as well as behind players. So recommend at least one of those on. I use both. Elevation is new and huge. The show puck elevation is nice on the minimap. I'm somebody that always forgets to check behind them when the puck is in the air, and you see how it is on the map, it becomes gray. That's to let you know it's in the air, and it darkens as it gets closer to the ground. So now when I am in front of the puck and someone passes up, I know when it goes gray to check behind me and see how high it is and adjust my path accordingly. It's really nice. Show player names, that's just clutter. You don't need that. Player names, faded distance, I guess that's if you want the names. Network smoothing is only for if you have shitty Wi-Fi or just bad internet in general, glitching in the game, stuttering. It helps fix that, and you even have a slider that is you can adjust for even worse internet. As if it doesn't work at 1, move it to 2, move it to 3, and eventually it will smooth it out. Just the higher you put this number, the more artificial delay it's going to add to the game to make it slow. So 20 ping can end up feeling like 50, or 50 like 70, but your game will become smooth. It's very useful if you need it, but only if you need it. Max matchmaking ping is for ranked. I run 50 because I like low ping. I'm not playing a ranked game at 100 ping. That's not happening. If you didn't know, the delay in this game gets incredible with the higher ping you have. So I have a practice mod that lets me set the delay. I can set it to 100, and it's just mud. It takes so long to go left and right. I usually practice at 40 to 50 ping when I'm in practice. I usually get games from 20 to 50. Filter chat profanity, that is up to you. Recommend using this if you have an issue with words. Units, this is dependent on where you live in the world. I use Imperial. I preferred the old term. If you know, you know. Show the game user interface. Yeah, you need that. Don't turn this off. People who turn off the map break my heart. You need it. You need it. Show the team indicator. I like this. This is new. It's at the bottom. This is bar. It says red, and you get a little bar down there. It would be blue if you're on blue. It's really helpful if you don't run. Like, the reason I run red and blue sticks is because there was not this bar at the bottom, and sometimes I would just forget what I'm doing, skating in circles, and I've owned gold a few times, so we did that to prevent it. Now there's a bar, so you can run whatever sticks you want and never forget. Very nice. This update's kind of amazing, to be for real. User interface scale, that's just it's not Not moving. That's supposed to make all these boxes and stuff bigger, but it's not really updating. Oh, there it goes. It takes a second to update. It affects, I believe, the chat, these boxes, and your minimap all at the same time. I run it at 1 because I like big menus with big words because I'm getting old. Chat opacity is just how see-through the chat is. I go with a little bit so it isn't completely dark. That's totally up to you. Chat scale, again, how much difficulty you have reading. Bigger, smaller. Minimap opacity, I have that all the way because I have the background off. That might be, that's why my minimap is see-through. Because I run the minimap opacity all the way up to make these lines dark, and I make the background disappear with this one. Minimap horizontal and vertical position just change where the map is. I think it starts out up here. I prefer maps at the bottom right because I played a lot of games with the maps at the bottom right. It's generally where I look. And then I bring it in a little bit so that I don't have to look all the way to the corner all the time. That helps a lot too. Minimap scale, it's just bigger or smaller. Really up to you. I prefer a bigger one. I see a lot of good players with small maps too. I think bigger is just easier to read and tell where everyone is. Showing the minimap sticks, this can be useful. I would use this if it was a different option. I would use this if it would show your stick independently. I understand that it helps you understand when the puck is coming up from behind you or an angle you can't see if it's going to hit your blade. But it also puts everyone else's stick on the map, and I think that's just distracting, so I'm not running it until the option I want is there, or the mod. Showing the minimap puck elevation and the minimap fallen indicator are the elevation I like because then you can see when it's coming down, and when it's high up in the air it makes it grayer and darker. And the minimap fallen indicator also is useful because if you can't see one of your teammates and they happen to be knocked down, they become grayed out and then you know not to pass to them. That's it for the game. Controls, super important. The game starts out maxed out. Why does it do this? Please fix. If you guys fix anything, look at this. How are new people supposed to do anything? I'm moving it at like a millimeter at a time. You know, this is just. I feel so bad for new people. This should start at like 0.3 or 0.2. You know, I run it at 0.1. Most everyone switches to 0.1. It's a pretty good base value for it or near it. And these I run also lower. Nope, that's horizontal. Oops. Vertical was 0.3. There we go. The reason I run horizontal a little bit bigger than the vertical, around 10 to 15% bigger, is because you go left and right a lot more than you go up and down. So I like to have left and right to be a little bit more quick, as well as there's a lot more range of motion from left to right than up and down. So it just makes more sense to have this being less sensitive than the left to right, as well as if you happen to just pull up too hard occasionally, depending on how you set it, it can just help you shoot because you don't go up as much as you might be pushing up, you know, which really helps me out. It may help you out too. Look sensitivity is preference. It's just how quick you look around with your look button. I moved mine from mouse 2. I thought that was bad for reasons I'll explain when I get there. The controls are extremely straightforward. I only really changed the dashes on the goalie to be single press, and I put them on my mouse buttons. You can also use Q and E. It makes goalie incredibly easier. Twist left and right. I didn't like double pressing A and D. I like single pressing those kinds of buttons, and I changed them to Q and E, and I reversed them because I'm used to doing surfing and source where your turn binds are reversed. Stop, I didn't like it on Alt. I put that on space. Jump, I had to find a button for it. I like F. Free lick, I moved from mouse 2 because I have a heavy hand and when I'm shooting a lot, I accidentally right click, so it stops my shot, messes it all up. It's because your blade stops when you start looking. You can't move your blade and look. You can, when you're puck camming, you cannot when you're looking, so I had to take that off my mouse. I think that's it in the controls. All chat and team chat. I don't know where they get off using U and Y or whatever it's set to. Chat is T, team chat is Y. Get it right. Oh my god. That one's always confused me. Gafurix, please fix. Volume, that's all going to be preference. Oh, they even have a mic test now. That's amazing to see if your mic is working. I did not know that. Video is also going to be preference. The only things I would say to worry about is, full screen for maximum frames, and make sure that you are set to your refresh rate on your monitor. It starts you off at 60. I forgot to check it when I started the game. I don't know how many hours I played at 60 hertz, but I was annoyed with it. FPS as much as you can handle, preferably at least your refresh rate for a smooth experience. Field of view, that's also going to be preference. Skaters generally fall from the default, like 90 is fine, to 105. I see at the, oops. I see 105 at the most, generally. What I would approve is you start to get a little, the more you stretch the FOV, the smaller targets become, and the harder the game comes for you moving around trying to play. You can do it, people do it. It's generally easier to not do this and just play at a lower field of view. I've been liking 91 lately. It's just a little bit more than the default. Quality, shadow, that's what you can handle. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you disable motion blur and VSync. They're bad in every game unless you need them. Motion blur just makes things, you guessed it, really blurry when you look around. And VSync is only good if you have tearing on your monitor or inconsistencies in the game performing. That is it, though. Well, that's a wrap on today's guide, folks. Whether you're just hatching into the game or returning viewer, thank you. Learned anything new? Drop a like. Grinding with me daily. Subscribe. Only getting better from you. Bye, guys.